Hello guys, it's JM Costa back here with episode 6 of Creating Chelsea FC. So as you can see, our team is actually a very good team. We also have Atsu, Digiboju, or however you say his name, on the bench with Madden. We have Zuma, Cahill as the two centre backs, and our front three is actually looking okay. So then we go into our first game of Division 8. And he has Lacazette, and Martial and Lucas as his front three. It's a nice front three, like I'll give him that. Um, but then it takes us to the 31st minute. We pick the ball up with Zuma, played him to Pedro. He turns his man, and then he just basically gives me a goal to Pedro. It was stupid from what he was doing, but I'm gonna take it every day of the week, especially when it weren't the easiest game. It then again passes it to Zuma. Not long after, Batuashe plays it into Oscar, who just scores. It was Rafinha, I don't know what he was doing, and then he decides to rage quit. I'll say that's like the 8th rage quit of this episode, of this series, and that is helping our record quite a bit. Like our record's like, at the end of this video is 24-0 and 1 loss, which is good, and the 1 loss was in that tournament. When it was just a stupid game, and the gameplay is terrible to me, so I'm happy to be winning. I went out and I checked how much William was going for. At the time, I could afford him. He was going for around 4.6, 4.5, but I didn't want to splash all my cash out, so I went out to get Baba, because I remembered I only have one left back and his Aspi, so I also have to play right back there, so I just went out and got Baba. I didn't know which one it was, I'll admit it. It was the top one. I didn't know. I was like, why isn't he showing up? But I eventually clicked on that it was the top one. And he has decent amount of pace, doesn't he? He's probably one of the go-to left backs in the game. Probably with Merino or even Alba. Not in the Prem, or in the Prem it's mainly him or Merino. He has decent pace. He's alright at defending. For 1,800 coins, it's a good buy. And then we went out and signed Remy, because I just thought he's good, because at the minute I can't afford, after buying him I can't afford Willian, so I needed to get a bit more pace on the wings, because I'm not going to want to play Falcao out there. So I went out and picked Remy up for around 1,900 coins. It was an okay buy. In the end, I did end up spending 2,000 coins, because I didn't want one with like one contract and 19.5 fitness. That was like the best showing up, so I just paid 2,000, and he was he had quite a lot of fitness, and so it was good. And he had 99 fitness and 7 contracts, as you can see there. So we have 897 coins after going out and spending and buying them 2 pictures, a left back and a striker. You might not play striker every single game, because you might play wing, because I think there's only Quadrado and Willian that are right wings. So Quadrado is like 20k and Willian's like 5k, so it's not good. So then we changed the team up for the second game. We put Rodriguez as striker, Remy at right forward, and Brown at left wing. We bring Oscar in. So our team was actually still looking half decent, and he had Fabregas. I don't get why he just didn't get Enrique unless he was untradeable. He has Ericsson, Sterling, Remy, and a Barbo. So we had an alright team, but it was a team that I was confident that I could beat, and easily beat, even with having these strikers. But then a minute in, Brown goes and makes it 1-0 with off a kick-off glitch. Probably one of the easiest goals I've scored. And then run down the wing. 7 minutes later, play to Rodriguez, who gets a lucky bounce. His own player blocks his keeper from getting back. And one thing I've noticed while I was playing FIFA is everybody's keepers seem to be good. a set for man. Even Begovic for other players seemed to be good. And I don't know what's happened here. My player just didn't jump for it. He either jumped way too early or just didn't want to jump. And then he makes it 2-1. He then gets the corner. And I don't know what my players are doing here. He whips it in and Ericsson wins a header. See, if that was anybody else's keeper, they would have saved that. But then we do get one more back to make it 3-2 to put us back in the lead with Matic. It's a nice goal. He used to have good long shots last FIFA, but I don't think he has that good this year. Well, when I use him and try and use long shots, he just doesn't score them. It's then Rodriguez who makes it 4-2 in the 45th minute, going into half time. And it's straight off kick-off. I'm doing everything right, backing off, not letting them go past me, but he still just scores off kick-off to make it 4-3. So this game was close, even though it shouldn't have been this close because I dominated and his goals were lucky. He then got a pen. He steps up and he scores it with Fabregas. I'll give him that, he did deserve that, but I was getting impatient because Fabregas just randomly brought me keeper out because he got one-on-one. He wouldn't have got one-on-one if I weren't happy with the game. He then gets tackled on the edge of the box in the 80th minute, and we have a counter attack with Remy. And one thing I noticed all game, he was near enough all out attack. We've got Remy here, he plays it to Matic, who scores, and I mean, like, Begovic saved like 3 counter attacks, which was annoying. But we did end up winning 5-4, which was good for us. It made us go up to, I think, 9 points, or was it 6 points? It put us on 6 points. So we were only 3 wins away from getting, I think, 4,000 coin. So we come up against this great squad. He has Nardo, Hummels, Boateng, Vidal, Lahm, Royce, Aubameyang and Lewandowski, and he also has Neuer and Douglas Costa. So we're in a bad team. And 2 minutes in, Kante goes and scores. And this is when I knew this is someone that spends money on the game but isn't that good at the game. Because he went, like, the players he had, he couldn't play. Like, he had all, like, the coins he wanted to go out and buy a team, and he could have Ronaldo, but he's not that good of a player. So even with him, he has all these great players, but he just can't, because he's not good enough. He probably blames the players when all of these players for me are good. Except for Lewandowski, but he mustn't have been good enough, because if anything he would have won that Royce and that Aubameyang. But unless he's only just joined FIFA and then added FIFA points, that's the only reason I can think. But unless he's just not good enough. But it is 4-0, only 30 minutes in, and then Remy goes and makes it 5. It was a simple game considering the team he has. It's Batuashe, plays it to Remy. Say he dives in too early and it makes it too easy. We then go 6-0 up, and then straight off kick-off he decides to pause it. But he took a while to quit. He just sat there. It was like, normally they just go down and then quit. But he took a good like 10 seconds to quit. He did it finally quit. Well, he was never getting back to the game. Look at the stats. At 9 shots, 7 on target. He had 1 shot, 1 on target. And at 57% possession, and he had 43. So I show you that we're in Division 8. We have 23 wins and 1 loss with 0 draws. We've won 36 points out of the and we haven't lost. So we have won every game in divisions at the minute. We come up against this team. He has Pedro, Sturridge and Walcott up front. He also has Payet and Cam, not upgraded, Oscar and Milner in centre mid. It then takes him to do a stupid throw out. Remy then plays it to Kante, who gets a lucky deflection and rebounds, and it's just a head into the empty net. And that's what I mean. Victor Valdez was probably one of the best keepers I've played against in this FIFA, and that's the annoying thing. He's just so small, but then he can save everything. It then takes us to the 75th minute for us to score Batuashe to secure the win. It is then I cleared it up. He then gets the lucky bounce to Walcott. He has a gone. It's a great save from the keeper, and then it's a tap in from Campbell. So that's the end of the game. I hope you enjoyed it. I have got a sign, but I don't know if it shows in this episode or if it's in the next. But I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like button